Okay, so in short, the constructor is something which is used to create the object of that particular class. It is the first thing. Constructor will have the same name as that of the class. Second thing, constructor cannot return any value. Okay, the default constructor is one which do not have any arguments within that particular, and the default constructor is used to initialize the private variables of the class or the instance variables of that particular private variables of the class. Okay, so this is what the concept of the default constructor in a core Java. So now in this particular video we will grab the concept of the default constructor in a core Java. So to get that particular concept, I have to first of all create the class demo. Okay, so this is created by using the keyword class, and yes, the snippet is available with me. Now here it is a doc string, so I don't require that. So in a class demo I will prepare the main function. Okay, so in this particular class I will create the main method. So it is a main method. So public static void main, one main method is created and it is a class. Now this, in this particular class I will create one more class which is a person. In this particular class I will create the two private variables. So private is a keyword to create the private variables. Okay, so the first variable is a name whose data type is a string, and second private variable is a age whose data type is a integer. Okay, now in order to access this particular private variables, so I will create one public method within this particular class. Okay, so public void, and the name of the method say talk, right? So because it is a public method of this particular class, so it can access the private variables of that particular class. So private variables are accessible within the class. So I will print some message on a console, that is hey I am, and the name of that particular person. Okay, so this dot name or the name, both are the same. And again, in order to access the private variable, that is the age, I will use the system out println method, and I will write here I am concatenation operator age years old. Okay, so whenever this public method is executed, okay, so public method is executed provided that the object of this class is available. Okay, then public method can be executed. When the public method is executed, so this message will be printed. Now the public method are capable of accessing the private variables. Okay, so done. So I will create the object of this particular person class. Now the class is created, so I will create the object of this particular class. Okay, so class is a person, so in order to create the object of this person class I need the demo class and then the main method. So in case of this particular main method, I want to create the object of the person class. So the syntax is that the name of the class followed by the name of the variable, and then the equal to sign, new keyword, and the constructor for this particular person class. Okay, done. So if I print the s1 dot the talk method, so I want to execute this public method of this class using the object of this class. So let us see what value I should get here. So for that I will open the terminal window. So command prompt. and here by using the Java C compiler followed by the name of the Java code, and then I want to interpret the class file. Okay, so if I put the dir command here, so we can see that there is a demo.class is also available. Demo.java, it is the source file, and the two class files are created, that is the demo class and the person class. Okay, because there are two classes within the same source file. So these are called as the bytecode. Now to execute the bytecode demo, so Java is a command, Java space demo. So hello, I am null and I am 0 years old. So these are the default values for this particular, because when the object is created, okay, so whenever we create the object, then let us first of all understand when this instruction is executed. So p1.talk, when this particular instruction is executed, so it means that this object p1 is going to execute the talk method. So it is a talk method. So in a talk method we have the two statements. So println method, there is a hey I am name, so hey I am null. Okay, because the name particular word, particular keyword do not have any initialization here, so the default value for the string is a null, so that will be printed. And I am years old, so default value for the age is also the 0, so 0 will be printed. So whenever we create the object for any of the class, then the Java compiler will execute the default constructor. Even if we don't mention here any default constructor, so Java compiler will create that particular constructor and execute that constructor, and the default values will be initialized to the private variables of the class. So now we will create one default constructor implicitly. Sorry, we will create the default constructor explicitly, purposefully. So how to create the default constructor? So in order to create the default constructor, we need the name of the constructor. So the name of the constructor is same as that of the class. Okay, and just like the function, so constructor is a method. Okay, and this particular method will not have any return type, as well as its name should match with the class name. And here we will initialize the private variables of this class. Say the name is, say the Raju, and say age is, say 44. Okay, so the two private variables of this class are initialized with the value as a Raju and 44. So when the object is created, this method is initialized. When this method is executed, the name value, the name variable will have some value, that is a Raju, and age variable will have some value, that is a 44. Okay, and now when this instruction is executed, so the default constructor is executed and the variables will get their initial values. And when this instruction is executed, so I am name, so instead of the default value, now we will have the Raju, and here we will have the 44. So let's check it. I need to save this particular file. So Java C, okay, so hey I am Raju, I am 44 years old. Okay, so this is what the way the constructor is working. Okay, like this. So how to judge whether the constructor is executed or not? So here we will put one println method, that is constructor is executed. So this constructor is executed implicitly by the Java compiler whenever we create the object. Okay, so here in this particular main method, the object is created for only one time, that is a p1. So the constructor will be called for only one time. Okay, so let's check it. So the Java C demo.java. Right. So when this instruction is executed, okay, so execution starts from the main method. When this line is executed, 29 number line, then the constructor is executed. Constructor is called here first of all, and in this constructor the first statement is this. So constructor is executed, so we are getting this particular string as a printed. Then the name variable is initialized, age variable is initialized. When this method is executed, talk method, then the statements in a talk method are executed. Hey, I am Raju, I am 44 years old. So this way. So what if I create the two objects? Okay, if I create the second object, so person P2 equal to new person. So what will happen? Again, the constructor will be called, name and age variable will be assigned to their default values, and if I execute the talk method, default values are the same for the P1 also and P2 also. So we will get these two statements repeated here. Okay, so let's execute it. Okay, so whenever the P1, this instruction is executed, the constructor will be called. Okay, when this instruction is executed, these two statements will be printed. When this instruction is executed, this particular statement will be executed. When this statement is executed, these two lines will be printed. So if I create the two objects, then both the objects will have the default values as a name as a Raju and age as a 44. If I create 100 objects of the class person P1, so every object will have the same value for the name and same value for the age. So you can find my channel on YouTube. If you open the youtube.com, then @sciclass. Okay, so this is my YouTube handler. And the first result which you get, that is the sciclass Vaibhav Joshi. So you have to select here, and here you will find the created playlist. So I have the playlist for the core Java interview questions for the experienced, then core Java shorts are there, and so you will find the things related with the front end development, one stack development, then the Java full stack development, and the mathematics related. So I am creating the videos starting from the basic, advanced, pro level and the expert level. So hope you like my channel.